Sam? Feeling rested and refreshed? I finished preparing your next delivery for you. The equipment to enhance the DHV Magellan's weaponry. You'll find it utilizes cutting-edge technology, the fruits of our recent research. Oh, and my mentor also asked that you deliver a hearty good day to Tarman. Anyway, take on the main order and pick up the cargo.
Sam, you'll forgive me for using our private line again. I did a deep dive into the DHV Magellan's provenance. While it is indeed a civilian vessel that has been retrofitted for this mission, the financing for that work appears to have come from Bridget's own accounts, just like the funding for Drawbridge itself. It would be fair to say that this would make it a government vessel, in effect. Charlie was involved in all of the relevant transactions as well. This only increases the likelihood that Charlie has connections to the UCA. Of course, it now seems likely that Charlie does not exist. In which case, these actions may have actually been the work of APAC. If everything, including the extension of network infrastructure, was simply a pretext for territorial expansion, then it's plain our company has made a grave error. Further investigation is warranted, but that will require a little more time, as will the DHV Magellan's repairs, for that matter. This is a delicate situation that requires caution, and we cannot afford to ignore the threat that Higgs poses either. As such, your best course of action is to continue to undertake main orders and prioritize linking up the remainder of the continent. As always, I will contact you if and when I learn more. Don't let us down, Sam.
Creation. Delivery route finalized.
Order accepted. Thank you.
department is away on the beach, so I've taken the liberty of borrowing his Ha again in his absence. I've also been making use of my own time on the beach to scour the UCA database for answers about BB00. As I told you before, it's much easier to get around their security from here. We previously thought that BB00 was placed into storage and reclassified as BB28, and that this was done by Bridges to conceal the existence of the Cord Bridge baby program from the public. However, it turns out that information was falsified, and now we know what really happened. Bridges intended to decommission and dispose of BB00, but someone intervened behind the scenes. They ensured that BB00 was spared and sent to a storage facility where it received the BB28 serial number. Per the official records, however, BB00 was decommissioned, and Bridges had no reason to believe otherwise. So, who do you think was behind this deception? Well, I determined which account was used to manipulate the BB records. It was registered to a Bridges member with the highest level access permissions. As you may have guessed, Sam, it was the leader of the first expedition, Amelie. And she did it all just to protect Lou.
It was Amelie. I can't believe she went to such lengths. It was thanks to her that you could even meet Lou in the first place then.
Weapons restrictions.
Care.
Commencing route creation. Delivery.
Look down. Wowzer!
creation. Delivery. Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam. What's that one?
Yeah! I can sense them, Sam. Be on your guard for BTs.
Construction process now complete.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds. Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
Snag it.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected.
Hello, and welcome to my humble abode. You must be a porter. Ah, of course. You've brought a delivery for me. Excellent. I'll assess its condition right away.
So many orders handled in a single outing. Yours is a car overflowing with generosity. You are special. Of that I have no doubt. A Cupid? Oh, so that's...
Now displaying your current porter grade.
What a fascinating experience, this chiral network. Like nothing I've ever seen before. I'm a tar therapist, by the way. I heal people and fix natural anomalies with methods rooted in my own independent study of tar. My theories have other applications too, such as one relating to the golden hunters, which emerge from the currents. You see, I believe they can be launched from the DHV Magellan. To avail yourself of their services, you would need only request fire support from the... And when deployed against human belligerents in this fashion, the Golden Hunters utilize tar to hinder and But, be warned that you can only... As you may know, all manner of hunters dwell within the tar currents. When Golden Hunters are alerted to the presence of humans, they attempt to bind... I ran a few simulations with APAS which have already produced results. Anyway, they confirm that the DHV Magellan should be able to summon Golden Hunters and launch them with its auxiliary. To do so with acceptable accuracy requires network coverage, so this won't always be an option. But consider deploying them again. There's zero risk of triggering a void out. Tar is not only intrinsically entwined with the other sub. If applied correctly, we can... I've begun putting my theory... You can learn all about it, but... Oh, yes. You've met... He's one of the few who... With his continued support and the... Do visit... I'll be on.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam.
face a brand new day. The thoughts I tried to sway would not behave. I'm waiting for you to be later. Wait, wait.
Enough already.
My name's Sam. Can anybody hear me? Anybody out there?
Fateful forced its face.
Okay, just a bit further now.
Look, that one.
Excuses for cries we cry.
Snag it. You're mine.
I'm helpless and hopeful to remake song. You're reckless and red.
Welcome back, Sam. I see you come bearing gifts. Just give me a moment to check your cargo. Truth, Sam. This cargo's in flawless condition. You're in a class of your own.
Now displaying your current Porter grade.
Here's a little something for you. Feel free to use it. We'll prep the main cannon for immediate use and look into... It won't be long now till the DHV Magellan is fully operational. Anyway, I'd better hurry up and... Thanks again.
Sam, your next objective will also be your last. Terminal Fort Knott. To put them on the grid, you'll first need to link up the Southern Environmental Observatory. It's safe to assume that this final step will be the most challenging yet. For now, you should rest in the private room to ensure you're well prepared for what's to come.
preparations to hinder our efforts. I'm afraid it's only going to get tougher from here on out. Once you've finalized your preparations, accept this main order from the delivery terminal.
That's right, just sleep.
It should be noted that the monster's name is not Frankenstein, nor Frankenstein is the name of its creator. Through its many movie adaptations, the image of the disturbing and in the process, In the original novel, however, it was an intelligent, human-like being that craved acceptance. A clever, gentle giant cobbled together from others. Not unlike our dead man, don't you think? And while he doesn't appear in Shelley's original work, in several movies, Frankenstein is joined by a rather memorable assistant named Igor. Igor and Victor. Now, where have I heard those? Oh, reading that one again, huh? The HMS Beagle, which was spaceships in science fiction novels, would bear the name, as well as You know, Sam, when our Australian journey is finally complete, yes, we should. It goes without saying that. Oh, and you must let me be the. While you were resting, they were able to procure. Tarman has just finished installing our new main camp. Even so, now, Sam, Pierre Southern of South Fort Knott, what? To think his mentor was instrumental. One could go so far as to say that he's one of our. The entire crew. So let's So, operations at the Eastern, all alone in the to survive and hope, not to downplay, but what no doubts, porters can be bearers of light. You know, Sam, no matter what misfortune may befall him, is it the primal call, or perhaps he's become addicted to the. Regardless of his motivation, when I see how this. Sam, about that ghost mech we saw carrying. I wonder if that coffin was somehow connected to the beach. If you could deal a blow powerful enough to buy. Failing that, you could always concentrate your attacks on. I heard what Victor Frank said about your BB pod. You used to have a different keychain. Igor. Ah, yes. The corp. I see now. The keychain. I've been mulling over the. He's gone, but he still feels. The closer we are to people when they're alive, no matter how much. No doubt you feel. One day, Sam, when you have a moment to spare. You know, Sam, I saw that you received EX. To think that the parasitic chiral might. Namely, by combining BT crystals with your own DNA to. If this is indeed. You have to test this theory. You know, Sam, you and Neil Vana have a. There must be some. Admittedly, what it may lead to. Nevertheless, I commend you for your. I say. Sam, when you consume a chronobio, you'd have. I'm reminded of the. It stands to read.
Did you sleep? Repairs to the we're ready for the main cannon is being fitted as well. I'll let you know. Anyway, the new finish off anything, then prepare to continue. We're counting.
Sam, your next order. First of all, you are to proceed. So long it is Arlet. This would give them a significant defensive advantage. If you intend to go on the offensive, consider the properties of your weapon. After you have head directly to the Southern Environmental Observatory. A contingent of Ghost Mechs has been. We need to bring it onto the Chiral network. Once you've extended network coverage, there's no time.